3, 2, 1, go. Alright, what's up guys? So this is a little bit of a different video. So I'm making a Skillshare class right now, a beginner's class, but I just need to figure out what I want to make, like what the character is going to be. So I don't know, I just figured I would just record it because I usually just record everything and I don't always know what's going to be interesting. So I just record it. I think the first thing I'll make is I'll explain the gizmo and explain the floor, and that's a good way to use the gizmo, and that's a good way to add also the primitives. I think that's what it was. I think the following video I have to add the primitives. So this is a good way to show a cylinder, and I probably want to add some other primitives. So maybe I'll add another cylinder, and I can say that there's also other ways to move this around. That's probably pretty useful. Make it bigger and smaller. But it's really fun. One of the other tutorials that I made was actually my fiance creating a 3D model. And that was really fun. And it was really great to see what someone who has absolutely zero experience with 3D, zero experience with being an artist, like 2D art, and little to no experience with an iPad. So just someone who is just in a complete different field, mindset, to see if I can walk her through. And she did an amazing job. So I just wanted to see if I could walk her through the process of starting from zero. So I felt that was a good way for other people that maybe want to jump into this that have zero experience. And it worked out pretty well. I must say, she did very, very well. So we'll make this a little bit smaller, and maybe we'll use, so I just need to add some shapes. But I think this is a good way to add some shapes. So that's pretty good. So then, but I need to make a really simple character. So actually, before I do that, we're just going to leave it. And then we're going to go through and take all these primitives . We'll go to the floor primitive, and I think I want to make this, we'll make that a little round, and then we'll validate it. And then we'll go here and call it FLR for the floor. We can validate that, validate that. We can join them and just make this platform. It's pretty simple. And this will be, so now we have the sphere. Since this is adding, we'll add a new sphere. We'll name this one body. And then this sphere we'll name arms. We'll clone it and name one legs. I really can't spell today, can I? And then we'll add another sphere, and that will be the head. And of course, I'm kind of going through this quickly, but this is for a beginner's class. So you can probably follow along with this, but it's going to be much different when I'm actually creating the sculpture, or creating the sculpt. because I'm going through this and it's going to be geared towards people that just have never done it. So, oops, I didn't mean to do that. Mirror. No, maybe I don't want to mirror yet. So we'll make the arm. We'll shrink the legs. It's actually quite hard for me to do really, really simple characters. It's just like it's so difficult. So let's take the head and clone and call that ears. We definitely want ears. And then we'll move that up. So we'll shrink it, and then maybe we'll stretch it, and we'll move it over. And this is a good way to kind of teach about these other little movements, or these other little options. And we'll do the same thing here. We'll just stretch it, and then rotate it. Okay. And then actually, maybe I want to do something else with the leg though. I don't know if I want to just use, well, the sphere is the easiest way to do it. But all of these are great because then I can just mirror them all. That is pretty simple, and it does look cute. I really like it. I think that's a good way to go. The only thing that I'm thinking is I could, instead of the legs or lefts, we could do a cylinder. Just make it small. Stretch it a little bit, but this might be a little too much. I have to keep in mind that this class is for people that have just really never done anything like this before. So I really have to keep that in mind. I think the circles is probably better. Although I really like those. I really like these kind of feeties. You can also add another sphere, but I don't think I have enough time. Another thing that I'm really trying to do is keep this class short. Because I always have really, really long classes, but I don't want to do that to beginners. I think it's rude if I do that to beginners. Make a really long class. Because I know that it can be kind of overwhelming. But it's really good to just sort of make it's good to make, like, it has to be something that I feel like people will be proud to show. Like, that's another important aspect of it. So I can't skimp that much to where it's like something boring. Excuse me. Do I want to do select mask? No, I think I'll just do clay and sub. So I think that's easy enough. Oh, validate the head. Clay and sub, and we use symmetry. And then I'm going to say to turn this on, because I always use that. So now you can see where these dots are is where the tool's going to go. You can see I'm sort of getting into my voice. And we'll make the parts for the eyes. Where do I want the eyes? I don't think I want them that close together. So maybe something like that. I think that'll work. Maybe we'll do move. maybe pull that out a little bit. Because I also want to be, I don't know why this color is on. That looks a bit weird. Let's see. Maybe it's actually better, so if we use the move tool and just squash the head up a bit. I think I like that. And then we can just use the move. I think it'll be fun for people to actually play around with the move tool and see how you can shape things. I think that's good. And then we'll just use the move tool on all of these. Oh, I'm going to validate them. And then the eyes. You know what? It might be easier to actually include this character so that they have something to look at while they're sculpting. That might actually be a big help. I'm probably not going to do this. That might be too much, but that's what I would normally do. And I still don't know if I want to do, so I think I have to voxel remesh this. Let me save this. I think I have to voxel remesh this up a bit. Okay, I'll subdivide it and then I'll remesh it. Did it remesh? Oh, it did. I'm still contemplating if I want to do this type of mouth or if I want to do just like a smaller mouth. Select mask. Actually, let's just invert and then. So if I do this, I have to make sure that, what are the settings I have? Because you have to make sure. Oh, see, I don't have it. Oh, so I think is it just the mask? Filter. Sometimes I don't understand why. Sometimes this will punch through to the other side, and I don't understand. Because I know what happens sometimes when you have to turn on, front-facing vertex only, but then sometimes you don't. So like that is real confusing. Okay, so then we will just touch these eyeballs, and actually we can move those later. We should clone the eyeballs. Because if we clone the eyeballs, then we can we clone that, and this will be pupils. Yeah, so that way, okay, that's good. That's better. So we'll clear this mask. We'll voxel remesh again. But the only problem is the clay is so soft, so malleable. So I have to make sure that I tell them to be very gentle with the mouth. Even that's kind of big, but I think it's kind of cute. But I think that might be too much. I think it might be better to just maybe just add a cylinder, snap it, and stretch it. Let's see if we can smooth, if we turn symmetry on and smooth both of these edges. See how round we can get them. That's not bad. And then I could just use move and make like a little, turn symmetry off. Actually, no, we want symmetry on, but we want the, see, then sometimes I have to get into stuff like that, which can be a little bit iffy. Pivot, center, pivot. Why don't I see the, oh, it's because symmetry's off? Why don't I see the line on this? Show line is on. Oh, because it's the wrong one. Gotcha. That's the one we want. Kind of just make a smile. Oh, but I noticed that even though I had symmetry on, this one did not, it didn't do what I wanted it to do. And that's because I had the wrong symmetry. Butt monkey. I had the wrong symmetry. Oh, it still didn't do it. Come on, symmetry is like the worst. Push it outwards too a little bit. That's kind of cute. So I think I might do that, but I might do it with, actually it doesn't look bad as just a straight line. Oh, these are the eyes again. I have to add a mirror too. Okay, so I think it's going to be something like this. So I'll clone this. This will be eyes. This will be P1. I always use that shortcut for pupils. I don't know why I call it P1, but I do. And this sphere will come out a bit. And it will shrink. And I made my life a little more difficult when I made the eyes like a little bit. That's cute. So maybe also I can do like this. I just want to do some like cheeks. There's something about this part that's it's not doing it for me. There is another way I can do it, but there's just so many steps. I could clone this, make this lids, and then I could bring these up, make them a little bit bigger, validate them, and then trim them. And you can also go like this. Oh, let me take it off snap. No, but it's just not it. There's just something I'm missing. I'm not sure what it is. I think it's just, wait, what am I validating here? What am I on? eyes, pupils. Okay, I think that's just the lids. So I got to figure out something easy that I can do. That looks terrible. That's actually kind of cute. Maybe it's this part of the eyes that needs to come up a little bit. That looks crazy though. Maybe this needs to come down some. Now, you know what it is? That the eyes are just too wide. I think that's the situation. This just needs to be straight. So I need to figure out an easy way to do that. Because if that's not straight, I think it's just the shape of the things that I'm making are off. Still doesn't look happy enough. But it's a good start. It's a good start. I think I like the round head. I don't mind the round head. I actually like it kind of squarish. It's kind of cute. But still I'm having issues with these eyes. They need to be more like this, but then yeah, so what I'm inclined to do is make like cheeks. The only reason like I'm not doing some of the things that I want to do is because in the interest of keeping it really simple. So those are some of the things that I excuse me, that I like struggle with. Not struggle with, but like those are some of the things I have to figure out. Because there's things that I might normally do for characters, but it takes such a long time. So this is kind of just like an insight on some of the more difficult aspects of teaching. That looks terrible. That looks terrible too. I do like the square head. Let's see. Maybe it's the upper lids that the eyes need. So let's try that. So if I clone this and make this upper lid, because this actually can be pretty quick. All these are just more spheres. So it's just figuring out the easiest way to really make this look good. And that's why I do these like little test runs. Because I want to be able to create like the best. I want to create the best glasses. Did it trim? What am I doing? What are we doing? I think I was on the ear or something like that. That is kind of cute. Maybe it's the upper lids. Oh, but maybe not so angry. So maybe I need to voxel remesh this and then stretch it up maybe. Let's try something else out. So let's try, if I add another sphere, I validated it, turned symmetry on, and then made a box out of it. So I think that's pretty easy to do. Oh, I think that would be a better, something that people would really enjoy. So this would be the snoot. And then I can add a cylinder. Oh, I didn't mean to validate it. Actually, I think it's okay. And then I flip it this way. Okay, and then we'll take drag and just make, as long as symmetry is on, and just tell them to make a heart. I think that's pretty good. Let's see. And then maybe I can just do crease. Let's see if I subdivide this. And maybe I can just do crease here. And maybe that's it. That's pretty cute. Pretty cute and pretty simple. And then I can also say, if you want to, you can add, you can do something like that. It's pretty cute too. Oh, but that messes up the bottom. Maybe we can use layer as another way that I would do it with sub. And I would just say make it really small. Go like that. And then voxel remesh it. Wait. Maybe we'll subdivide it. I might do a lot of subdividing. Voxel remesh it. And then just smooth it out. Let's see how that looks, if it's worth it. It's kind of cute, just like as a little heart. But that looks cute too. And maybe we can do easy, like layer, and do like easy, like easy details like that, and then smooth them out, and they just become like, oh, you know what we can do with that? Maybe we can, if I turn symmetry off, let's see what this looks like when I smooth it out. No, it doesn't really look like what I wanted it to. Ooh, but I know what we can do. We can just do, we can just do drag. Drag is really simple. And I think, I guess we gotta make it really small. Something like that. So at least I have like some little hair, some little curve, or I can just do like two little nugget spheres or something like that. Use crease without symmetry on the body and give them like a little belly button. But I have to voxel remesh it first. And we can do the really easy. So if we voxel remesh, it's probably going to be blocky. Oh no, it's not. And then we can just do little fingers here. I'll just have to remember to make these tools really small. So we can do fingers. 1, 2, 3. And then we can just, maybe we'll voxel remesh again and then smooth them out. I think those will be nice fingers. Oh, I think that's good. I think it's good. It's really simple. And I think that would work. The only other thing is, I might not add this in class, but I kind of want the ears to be bigger on top and smaller on the bottom. I have to print this little character out. I think he's cute. And then you could clone the ears. See, this is when I get crazy. You could clone the ears and bring them out and then shrink them, and you have like this little thingy on the front of the ear that you can color a different color. Okay, so last but not least, I don't know if I want to add, because here you really could add like something like this, because it would make sense. And then I could bring the head. Maybe this will be extra stuff. I think this will be too much. But what I'm thinking is you can bring the head and the snoot. Now, let me just save this. Because if I was to voxel remesh this together and then smooth it, it would look legit. I would just need to do the crease again. Oh, I might have to do that too. I think that's really cute. I might have to do that as well. I'm not sure yet, but I might. Okay, I think that's kind of cute. I think that's a cute little character. Maybe the forehead is sticking out too much. Yeah, I think the higher up the better, actually. Maybe even tilt it a little bit more. Like that. I think is better. I wonder if the eyes will look better smaller. Oh, I think they do. I think they read a bit better when they're smaller. Okay, so we have a lot of options, but I think it's good. I can also bring in the options and just say, you know, you can kind of do this and kind of do that. But I think that's pretty cute. And I think it's pretty easy. So I think I'm going to save. Let me get rid of the grid. And just export. Transparent background. Actually, it doesn't have to be transparent. 720 I think is fine. Let me make it a little bit smaller. So export this PNG, and I think I'll just use this because I think this will be a great place to start. So let me go back to the class. So I'll save this and I'll just open the class. So here's where we left off for class. So I think that's about it. Of course, that really wasn't a tutorial. That was kind of just me feeling out, you know, what I want to do. Make sure you check out the tutorial on Skillshare. I am a top teacher over in Skillshare, so I appreciate all of you who have taken my Skillshare classes and have given me reviews and all the support. I have a lot of classes up there. I have a lot of Nomad Sculpt classes, so there's a lot to learn. If you like these videos, then you'll love those. I hope that you come hang out with me there and check out some of my Skillshare classes. Thank you so much for watching the video. Be sure to like and subscribe, and make sure to check out my Skillshare classes. I have 2D classes and 3D classes on Skillshare. Also, I have Udemy classes as well. Make sure you check those out. Drug Free Dave on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Keep drawing, keep sculpting. I'll see you all in the next video.